Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Caitlin McKegg. I am a real estate broker here in Phoenix, Arizona. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for stopping by. Every Monday I give a market update on what's going on in the Phoenix real estate market to help you if you're thinking about buying, selling, renting, or investing. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video along with the other videos I post every week. And if you're not new here, thanks so much for your support. I appreciate it. So let's jump in. Just a reminder, I get all of this information from the Cromford report, which I'm a subscriber to. They analyze all the data in our Phoenix MLS and are able to put together charts, graphs, trends, all of this great stuff that I am then able to share with you. So if you have any questions, check the description below and reach out to me that way. I'd be happy to answer any specific questions for you. So today we're going to talk about a few different things. I want to talk about appreciation and also dollar per square foot. So you'll see this number up here, 35%. So if you can take a guess what I'm about to tell you, the cities with the most annual appreciation are above 35%. So I'm going to give you those cities. Of course, I have my trusty notes here, so can't keep it all in this mind. So the cities that have the most annual appreciation are Tonopah, Coolidge, Maricopa, Queen Creek, Arizona City, and Anthem. All of those are up over 35% annual appreciation. Now, I bet you can guess what I'm going to say here. The cities with the least annual appreciation are sitting just below 26%. Still not bad, let's be honest. There are 3 of these cities: Sun Lakes, Tempe, and Sun City West. All 3 of those have the lowest amount of annual appreciation, still sitting at 26% or just below. Not too bad. So let's talk about dollar per square foot because we've seen some big changes in dollar per square foot over the last year. Paradise Valley being one of them. Paradise Valley is the most expensive city throughout the valley, not shocking. Their dollar per square foot is over $600 a square foot. And it is, like I said, number 1. Now bringing up the tail, we have number 40, Coolidge, and they're sitting at about $150 a square foot. Clearly much more affordable than Paradise Valley. Coolidge about a year ago was sitting at about $110 a square foot, and Paradise Valley was actually below $500 a square foot a year ago. So some big changes in these two, but that is the vast difference between the most expensive city and the least expensive city throughout the valley. Let's talk about the CMI. If you come here every week, you don't have to listen to me explain this, but briefly for any of you that are new, the CMI is the Cromford Market Index. It is their algorithm that helps us understand supply and demand factors in the market. And if this index is sitting around 100, we're in a balanced market where supply and demand are balanced. If it is above 110, that means we're in a seller's market and prices will continue to increase. And if it's below 90, it means we're in a buyer's market, and well, we don't need to talk about that because we're nowhere near there. We are sitting at 459.5 right now. And last week, I think we were in the 460s, maybe 464 if I remember correctly. So this has been coming down, but it hasn't been coming down significantly. We're just kind of slowly starting to move downwards. Nothing to be alarmed about, nothing that is a significant change whatsoever. The big reason we're moving downwards is our demand has been going down. So demand is sitting at 110.8. A few weeks ago, I was saying that this was 125. So now we're only 10.8% above normal for demand, whereas before we were about 25% above normal. Then we look at supply. Oh, supply, it just doesn't do anything exciting. It just stays around somewhere in the low 20s. So that means that we're at about 76% below normal for our supply. And that's our big issue. That is where we continue to see the seller's market and price increases because we don't have enough homes on the market for all the people that want to buy them. Remember, our demand is above normal. So This is the issue. This continues to increase our overall CMI or keep it above that 110 mark and keep us in this seller's market with price increases. Now, I wanted to call out a few things that the Cromford report called out, which helps us understand and gives a little perspective, I think, on where we stand in the market right now. So the last time the CMI was at 110 was January of 2015. So that's 7 years ago now. The last time that the CMI was at 90 was in November of 2010. So that's almost 12 years ago now. So it's been a very long time since we have been in a buyer's market or even close to a balanced market. And now all we've seen and all we know is the seller's market for the last 5-6 years. And wanted to read something specifically of what they say as it relates to that. They say that to create a situation that would force prices down, we first have to see more sellers than buyers. This is what a CMI below 100 means. With the lowest CMI in the table, meaning the lowest CMI of all the cities that we have throughout the valley being 270.5, okay? So again, if 110 is kind of that threshold where we enter a seller's market, the lowest city that we have right now is sitting at 270.5. This is not a likely change for a very long time. If some of these were to drop below 150, we might be a few quarters away from prices stabilizing. At the moment, this is at least 12 months away, even in the most negative scenario that we can imagine. So, bottom line, if anything was to change with prices, we at least have a year, and that means that the worst scenario has happened to cause that. So I thought that was a pretty powerful comment as it relates to the CMI. Since we talked about price appreciation, if you're wondering where your city stands and what appreciation looks like for the city that you live in or that you own property in or that you want to buy in, look in the description below. I have a link that you can click to request that information, and I'll make sure to get that to you within the next 24 hours. Of course, if you have any questions or want to talk about Phoenix real estate, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime, or click the description below to set up a time to chat. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I'm Caitlin McKegg. I will be back later this week with a new video on Friday.